Hello YouTube, it's William. Right here is where I launched the kayak before, and this is how far the lake, really on the lake at this point, has went down. It's probably a good 50 yards to the lake, so it has dropped probably about 6 feet. So anyway, I just want to come down here and see where the lake was at, and just be in the woods for a few hours this morning. I ain't been in the woods in so long, and you got to get out there every once in a while, you know what I mean? I've got a new Gen II Firebox that I'm going to try out. I've got some heat tabs that I got from the Sportsman's guide. Going to see how long they last. I'm going to test that out a little bit. I'm just going to boil some water. I just had coffee, so we're just going to take some water and boil it up and just enjoy the woods for a few hours. Stick with me. Now we're going to walk down to the lake here and see if we can't find a stump to sit on. Looks like there may be some good ones down there. The thing about it, when the water recedes like this, you kind of get a cleaned off ground. It's easy to walk. I wouldn't have any problem getting my canoe down here now. I may have to do that sometime. I need to get it in the water anyway. The dog tracks. Dog coming down here. Looks like a human print right there. Somebody else been walking down here. Deer tracks. Looks pretty fresh. I guess a guy and a dog walk down here. Get a little muddy now. There's the lake. Yeah, I paddled the canoe all through here. Or not the canoe, but the kayak. The squirrel. Yeah, see the deer tracks. See the deer tracks right there? There's a doe and a yearling that comes by quite often. I'm sure that's what that is. I have to cut through some brush around here. Get the canoe in. Get that. We can get next to the water. Yeah. There's the lake. Okay. This is about as good a spot as we're gonna get. It's not a bad view, is it? Got a little breeze. All right, let me reposition the camera and we'll zoom in on this little stove here and talk about it. This is a little small pouch that I got from the Pathfinder school. I love this little pouch. This is kind of like if I go, or I was planning on going in the kayak for a day, then this would be what I'd take with me. It just has some bug repellent, emergency poncho, some matches. We don't need those. Mini Sawyer with the bag, and my fishing license. And in here I've got the Gen II Firebox in a leather pouch that I made sometime back. You've probably seen a video of it. And I've just got some tabs stuck in there. And I want to kind of test it out, see how long those tabs burn. But this is the little pouch that it comes in, or you can get it in this pouch. This pouch is an add-on, but you can get a complete package with the pouch, and you get a little tab plate, and I'll show you how that works. I've already kind of fired it up once, but really didn't get a good test on it. So we're going to do a good test today. This is a windbreak, and I'll show you how that works. And this is the little stove. And basically, if you've seen the big Firebox, it works on the same principle. It just folds out, and this bottom folds down. And these are the legs that it sits on, and you set the pot on top of this. Okay? So, let me set this up, and we'll turn the camera back on. Okay, basically what you have is you have these little things here, okay? And how this works is you can heat up your things with several different ways. You can put sticks in these little grooves right here and cross them just like that, so you have a fire. You can put an actual fire with using wood, or you can use these sticks here that comes with it and put those in here like that. See how they're crossed, and they just make a platform, and you can put the Transgeo stove in there, and it just sets down in there like that, and it just kind of catches the lip of that stove. And when you set it on the ground, these little deals here hold it up, hold your pot up from off the flames. And I'm probably going to get on the ground to get the level surface, but just kind of gives you an idea of how it sets. Or if you have a large pot, you can turn the legs outside so you have a larger surface to set things on. That's for the Transgeo stove, but we're not going to try that today. I was hoping that the Pathfinder stove, the large one, the big alcohol stove that they make, would fit in there, but it won't. I was kind of disappointed in that, and to be honest, I really haven't found anything that stove will fit or go with. So it's kind of a one-off. I just really don't know what it goes with. You just have to use that ring with it, I guess. And that's not the best option in the world, as I said before. I just think that could be a better design, but I love the size of it because I can figure out how this goes. You just got to be smarter than the deal. I may have to turn it over. There we go. And so that plate just fits in there, and you put your Nesbitt tabs or your fuel tabs on top of that. Okay, so I'm gonna get over here on the sand, and we're gonna fire this bad boy up. I've got some water here, and I've got my little Stanley cup that has been through World War II with me, and not really. And we're gonna put about let's say 12 ounces of water in it, and then time it and see how long it takes to boil. So let me reposition the camera, and I'll get back with you. Okay. This pot had a plastic thing on the lid. I took that plastic off because it got burned and melted actually. So put about 12 ounces of water in there. That's about 12 ounces. Take one fuel tab. I want to see how one works. Then, in theory, you should be able to double them, right? And, I may have to get my windbreak here. But, match. Here's a trick that do some fine feathers on it. And the wind helps with the wind, gets it to burning quicker. Okay, it is 9:16 or 17. Let's say 9:17. Okay, while that's boiling up, it's been going about 4 or 5 minutes right now. So we'll see how that goes with one tab. It may take two. Maybe why two's in a package is what I'm thinking, but we're gonna see. And there's a little bit of breeze, so it's gonna be a good test today. Man, it feels good just to be down to the lake. I live 100 yards from the lake, and I never get down here. I'm gonna quit that. That has to stop. Too much work. Not enough play. Makes Will a sad, sad boy. But let's see if we can't fix that. I mean, I got those big wheels, you know, that you can put your kayaks on or your canoes or whatever and just pull them down. I mean, the house is just right over there. And it's got a little trail that I cut with my trail sweep. And that's not a bad little deal. I mean, just 100 yards pulling it down here to the lake. Now that the water's gone down, there's going to be a few obstacles I have to get around and over to get down here, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. So should be able to just go right down through there. Already talked to my neighbor here. I mean, this is core land, so it's not his land, but you know, you still like to be polite to your neighbors. And already talked to him about coming down this way, and he said it's no problem. So that would be, you know, talking about bug out, that would be my way of bugging out. Would be just load up a canoe on that little cart and carry it down here. I don't have to pack anything and on my back, because I do have a bad back. And you know, just out here talking, waiting for the water to boil. You know, watch water never boils. But talking about bug out, I mean, you have to be in pretty good physical shape to do that, unless you have a conveyance of some type. You know, there's been comments on the video about I'm gonna steal my son's little red wagon. Which, hey, you know, shopping carts, those may come in handy. Just need to make sure you get one that the wheels are lined up and they don't have that wobble. So you need to test them out pretty thoroughly. You don't want to be going down the road with the wheel wobbling. That would not be a fun trip. So, but yeah, I mean, the best thing I can say is test out your plan. I mean, from the point of leaving the house, what you're carrying, how you're planning on carrying it, whether it be a conveyance or putting it on your back or bicycle or whatever it is. Test it out. See how it works. See if you need to be in better physical condition. Maybe we need to start getting in shape. And I'm number one worst about that. I hate exercise. I've always hated it. Even when I was a kid, I hated it. I would rather be laid up with a book or reading about Jim Bridger or somebody than be out in the yard tossing a football. I mean, I would do it, but that was not my preferred thing. Hunting. When I was a kid, I would love to do that, hunting and being out there doing that. But games and stuff, I never was into that. I never cared for games. I'm not a gamer. Even video games, I never could get into it. But it's coming up on about 9 minutes right now. So, lost my train of thought. The train derailed. That happens quite often. But anyway, exercise. That's what we was talking about. We probably need to get in a little bit better shape, because as a country, we're not that physical anymore. And if we're going to prep, we need to cover all the bases. You know, if we say we're preparing for something, then we need to really get prepared. Not only in gear, but also our bodies, minds, spirits, our that was a large aquatic creature. Maybe an alligator. Anaconda. I don't know. It ain't gonna tell them what's in this lake. Anyway, the Nesbitt tab is about gone. And it is, let's see, right at 10 minutes. See, it is already about burnt out. And I doubt, yeah, the water is, you know, it's got those little bubbles. So it would definitely take 2. So let's do that right quick. Let's put 2 on there while I still have. That little jewel's hot, folks. Or just gonna take me long to look at that. Alright. Let's try that and see how that does. I'm not really sure where the wind's coming from. See, this little windscreen just sits on there like that. Put the lid back on it. Okay, it is 9:27. Okay, let's see how that does. See how long those burn. I'm sure it'll boil water at that point. But I was thinking it was going to take 2 tabs. This may be a 2-part series because I just like to get out here and talk to you guys. I really wish that we could get everybody together, just sit around on a stump and whittle around the campfire about fall and just shoot the breeze. I really do. That would be a lot of fun. But I know you guys are scattered all over the world, so this is the only way I have to just sit and talk. I really enjoy y'all's comments, I really do. Some of them are pretty good. As you can tell, I have a pretty good sense of humor. Don't have too much patience with some, but I mean, it looks like some people are just trying to find something to critique and they don't know what they're talking about enough to critique it. So they just say something stupid. But hey, some people got some weird jollies, you know? Well, I love living here. Thank the good Lord every day. There's no better place on the planet, I think. It's a little hot about this time of year, but hey. For 2 months out of the year and have 10 months that's just almost paradise. Pretty good trade-off, I think. Pretty good trade-off. But anyway, we was talking about the bug out thing. I mean, you know, that's a popular thing. I have never seen so many hits in all my life. Well, the bed sheet has got more views than the bed sheet tarp, which was a cool idea. I mean, I can't believe I came up with it, but and I'm not even sure I did. I don't remember where I got the idea. I just saw some sheets in the store and said, hey, that would make a pretty good tarp. It said Egyptian cotton. I said, hey. Why not make a tarp out of that? So, but anyway, that was a cool idea. So that has the most hits. But other than that, it's kits and bug out. Anything about bug out. I don't know why. Maybe it's because everybody, like I said in the previous videos, that we have this kind of anxiety. We feel like something is coming, and it's just like an instinct that we feel like we need to prepare. Which is good. I mean, it's saved the human race a few times. So, I think we need to follow that gut. You know, if that gut's telling you to prepare, then I think you do better prepare. And maybe your survival instincts kicking in. But that seems to be a very popular topic, and I just think there's a lot more to it than what I see on YouTube. I don't think people has really thought it through. I mean, from an EMP strikes, what do you do? What do you have? Where's your bag at? Is there a meeting place for your family? Does your family know what to do? Oh, what carpenter ant? Is there a meeting place for your family? Does everybody know what's in their bag, how to use it? If it's an EMP, you know you're not going to be able to take your vehicle unless it's a pre-75 vehicle. Anything that has points will work. Anything that has a computer chip ain't going to work. So it's either down to bicycles, little red wagons, or you hoofing it on 2 feet. So like I was saying before, you know, you need to practice these scenarios. About a year ago, a little over a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, I went up the river testing out my bug out at that time, my bug out bag. And the contents of it hasn't really changed. Just the bag has changed a little bit, but the mode of transportation and the location is immaterial. I mean, I could be anywhere on this lake. That was the fish are right there at the edge of the bank. It's too late for them to be spawning. They must be feeding up in there. Oh well. So I did a test on my bug out, and it's very enlightening. You need to watch that series if you haven't. I think it was bug out test. I think there was like 5 parts of it. But I think everybody needs to test their gear, their equipment more than once, and more in different seasons, in all 4 seasons, to make sure that it's. And I hope we have time to do that, to be honest with you. But I think we need to make sure that our equipment is going to perform the way we want it to. Make sure that we have the right equipment. And if you have a little bit more, like I said before, that's fine. I mean, you know, you can get rid of it later if you have to, but take it with you, because you never know when you're going to need to barter something. And it's been about 7 minutes. And trade something off for something you need. And so you could do it at that point. But whatever your plan is, test it. Test your plan. Make sure it's going to be viable for your area. Let me just kind of take a peek here. Yeah, it is almost boiling, and it's under 10 minutes. It's like 8 minutes. So 2 tabs is the way to go. 2 of those fuel tabs. There's steam coming out. Yeah, see, it's a boiling. Pretty good boil. And it was under 10 minutes for 12 ounces of water. So that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Now, if I was trying to sterilize water, I would make sure that the whole thing is boiling. And it's starting to really boil now. So 10 minutes, easy. So let me get that off. And it is hot, so don't burn yourself. Now let's see. And that's probably as hot as those tabs are going to get right there. There's probably not much time left, so but we'll just leave it burning there, and I'll tell you when it goes out. But we know that the Transgia stove will do this in under 10 minutes. I know that. So I just want to test these. Alright, while that's finishing burning there, I'm glad you guys come along with me on this little jaunt. I brought my little pack and got my axe in there, little woodworking tools. I may sit here and wheedle them a little bit. I don't know. Still waiting for that tab to go out, and I need to wait till it cools a little bit anyway. How many of y'all ready for hunting season? I am. Oh man, oh, it's out. It is out. So it's just under 15 minutes, like I would say 13, 14 minutes. And for 2 tabs, boils water and good boil, 12 ounces in under 10 minutes. 10 minutes, let's just say 10 minutes. It was between 9 and 10. So that's pretty good. A little small, compact. I think I'm gonna really like that. I like those little stoves like that because, you know, and a lot of times when I'm camping, I'm hunting, and I'm hunting around pretty close to where I'm going to set up my stand, within 300-400 yards. And I want something as odorless and as quiet as possible. Some people say that deer don't pay fire any attention. I don't know. I don't want to chance that. To me, I mean, if deer smells fire, he knows that humans are somewhere close, in most cases. So I would rather have something like that that's pretty much odorless, has no fuss, no mess. I don't have to worry about it keeping a fire, getting the fire out or anything like that, because we do have some dry times there in Texas. And it's just compact, it's easy. I have the large Firebox, and it is a fantastic piece of kit. It weighs like 2,367 pounds. Maybe not quite, but it feels like it. This thing is light. It's really light. It's like I said, it's compact. It's like 3 by 4 inches. And I'll put the website in the description below, so you guys can go check it out, see the pricing, get the specs on it, the weight, and all that. But I think it's going to be a very good piece of kit. I'm really happy with it so far. The 2 tests that I've done, just kind of getting used to it, learning it a little bit, and I think it's going to be a great little add to my kit. So until the next one, you guys get out and try your kits. Try all your components of it. You know, I see these kits and it looks like it is still in the package. You don't even know if there's a rip in it if you don't take it out of the package. I bought some sheets the other day, and it had a hole in them. They was still in the package, and so they packaged them with a hole. I mean, you know, you never know how your gear is unless you take it out of the package. So that's what you're gonna say: test it. Test your gear. Take it out of the package. Go out there and put it in the camp. Put it on your back. Put it in the car. Take it somewhere. Set it up. I mean, however your bug out plan is, test it out and make sure that it's going to be viable. Okay. So I just that's all I got to say about that. I'm sure at this point I might have something else to say later, because I'm pretty opinionated on that. But I appreciate you joining me on this, and I hope you guys enjoyed a little Gen II Firebox stove. Well built, just something you expect from Firebox. Firebox is a very good company. I can't say enough about them. And go check them out. It may be a right thing for you, but check it out if it is, if you think it may work. And until the next one, you guys be safe. Get out and test your equipment. If you do, take plenty of Band-Aids and lots of knives. Take that child with you too. We'll catch you again soon. Bye.